universe populated by monsters, giants, and larger-than-life beings, I was determined to find my own path to the top of the mountain in sports entertainment. I wasn't gifted with superhuman size or strength, but I did have an insatiable thirst to learn, the physical gifts to take to the air, and an uncle who was more than happy to give me the tools needed to become one of the greatest competitors to ever lace up a pair of boots. Starting my career in Mexico, I'd be known first as La Lagartija Verde, which means the green lizard, and Colibri, hummingbird. Still a teenager, I would eventually earn the highest honor from my uncle, as I was officially crowned Rey Mysterion Jr. I would take everything I had learned from my uncle and make it all my own. I would bring Lucha Libre to the world stage. I would make cruiserweights as popular as our heavyweight counterparts, and I would prove that a cruiserweight could win it all, as long as they were given the opportunity. I would arrive in America, first stopping in ECW, before garnering the attention from the top people at WCW, who quickly signed me to a contract. With my foot in the door, it was just a matter of time before I took over the world of sports entertainment. Every step, a battle. Every opponent, a new face who felt they were superior to me. Every match, giving me a new objective to strive to meet. Should I try to weaken their legs? Throw all of my aerial techniques at them? Maybe surprise them with some defensive lucha libre? Take it to the outside? Show off my newest move? By the time I got to the ring, I always had a little mental list of things I wanted to try in order to win. And with every victory, I got another reminder that the best was yet to come. After winning WCW's Cruiserweight Championship, Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship, and the World Tag Team Championship, I would finally head to WWE to further build my legacy. In the near 20 years since I debuted in WWE, I have become known as, quite simply, the greatest luchador in sports entertainment history, the greatest masked superstar of all time. Rey is the king, having competed against every big name possible and having defeated nearly everyone that stepped in my way. Not every road is paved with gold, and mine was no different. But even when the road gets challenging, there's always opportunity. The opportunity to learn from mistakes, to grow as a competitor, and to get better. I may not have had my hand raised every time out, but there's never been a time where I didn't leave the ring better than when I entered.
Hello everyone, and welcome to WWE 2K22 Showcase Mode. We just had the intro from Rose Drew. Let's get into this first match.
The memories behind the infamous match of Halloween Havoc 1997, which I truly believe is a match that put me on the map. I was a big fan of Eddie growing up, so to be able to forward all these years and then eventually share the ring with him was incredible. It was an honor for me to face one of the Guerreros. Overall, that match was highly important for me. The fact that I could become Cruiserweight Champion that night and defend my mask, not have to be unmasked. You know, that was something that was really in the back of my mind. I just didn't want to go through that. They were trying to take off every luchador's mask one by one, and I was on the list. So you could only imagine the stress that had built up. And for us luchadores, it's a very prized possession. You know, this is something that I've carried since 1992. We both know, Eddie and I, what the mask means to us that carry it. So he knew what was at stake. I would never give him the satisfaction of taking my mask. Never.
Alright, so here we go. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Light combat. Yeah, so
We've been carrying everything, and I figured Eddie wouldn't see this coming. I have to be able to take some pain to dish out some more. Yeah, Eddie was Eddie, man. Always thinking, always a step ahead of me. I just knew what was coming. I just felt a little too confident, you know, and he took me out viciously. You know, at the end of the day, it felt like this was just a nice reminder that it wasn't just a match. You know what I mean? I mean, Eddie was trying to stop me that night as I was trying to stop him. He wanted to take it all away from me, and I could not slip on that fact. You know, that's that slingshot senton that Eddie always does. It's beautiful to see when you're not on the receiving end, but it sucked being on the other end of that senton. And seeing him taunt me, you know, it kind of boosted me up. It fueled me up to keep going during that match.
Yeah, so I've done this showcase mode before on the other account. I just thought I'd swap accounts to do this showcase mode so that we could unlock the achievements while we're down. Be a bit of fun. You know, and all the unlockables would be still locked. Yes, I know. Nice one. Front running jump. Yeah, so it's going to be one match per episode. And it's going to be alternating weeks. Like I've said in the showcase, not showcase, the My Rise videos. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a bit different, and it would be a bit more interesting than just watching the career mode or the showcase mode, you know, one after the other. So yeah. While I'm doing this, there we go. So, yes, I know. I believe we don't want to look at the corner. I'm going to try to not pause it to look at what I have to do, but I might have to sometimes with some of the moves. But I think in there, let me bloody counter that. There we go. German suplex. So let's try this again. Drag into the ropes. I believe that's the one. Yep. Irish whip.
One thing that I felt during this match is I kept getting frustrated. You know, thinking that I was in control, when in an instant, you're trying to catch your breath while you're on the floor. Eddie was Eddie, and he knew exactly how to mess with my head. You know, I just remember thinking, not like this. I couldn't lose my mask to Eddie like this. So I had to keep going. In the span of 3 seconds, I took one of Eddie's biggest moves, the gory special, and kicked out of it. But then, I get a drop kick on the back of my head. I was starting to really wonder if I'd be able to win this thing, and was really getting desperate.
Yeah, so I quite like the showcase mode, especially the, you know, cutting in and out from the gameplay with the footage and everything. However, that is the one thing that I'm quite scared about with uploading this to YouTube, whether or not it will, it'll make me take it down or not. So, I don't know, hopefully we should do right, but I don't know. Grab combo. Reverse it. Turn up and grab combo. Delete. I do know that if you lose this match, Eddie does actually take Ray's mask off, which is cool. We're not going to lose this match, we're not going to lose at all, but yeah, it is cool. I was going to just grab some more in it, so they're in there, okay? Alright, good man. There we go. Front right corner inside.
While I was sitting on the top turnbuckle in a tree of woe. But I managed to shake off what Eddie was about to hit me with next. I just remember everything in my body screaming, "Move now!" And I did move. I'm glad I listened to myself. Some of my top signature moves is flying over the top rope onto the floor. You know, I felt like Eddie had an answer for everything. Not this time. Thank goodness. A move that has given me so many victories. The Rana. I remember hooking Eddie for a 1, 2, and he kicked out. I'm thinking to myself, what do I have to do to beat this guy? Incredible ring awareness. Respect.
Hammer throw to get into the outside. Reverse his finisher, that'll help, good. Yeah, so I've done this before, it's pretty fun. the cane match is very annoying. It's very annoying because there's weapons involved and you have to hit him with weapons. And sometimes he just doesn't want to hit him with weapons. Light breath.
One of the most vicious moves that I've taken from other wrestlers. Eddie, being a master at this, the power bomb. I just remember the ref screaming, 1, 2, and I said, here's the time to kick your shoulder up, and did everything I could to break the count. Again, I insist on this. Eddie had an answer for everything. I think that's just because of the styles. We were very similar in styles. But this move right here, the backbreaker, very special in lucha libre. Again, we go back to the famous power bomb, which in this case, I was literally standing on the top rope. Eddie had me in a splash mountain move when the only thing I could think of at that point, hook him into a rana. That's exactly what I did. I remember taking him down, felt my knees bang against the mat, but I hooked that one leg, and then I just pushed my weight forward, and I just heard the 1, 2, 3. It was over at that point. I have to admit, regaining the championship was one of the greatest feelings in the world. Pero el poder defender el honor de la máscara y el nombre de Mysterio fue algo mucho más grande.
Alright, well, yeah, that was that match. I'm going to go back to the showcase menu. There might be a weird cut there, sort of just before that last cutscene, because the game crashed, so I've actually had to re-record it all. But yeah, no, that's been the first match. It was pretty good. Yeah, next match we're also versing Eddie. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this first episode of Showcase Mode. But yeah, so like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, follow the Facebook, Twitter and Twitch links in the description. And other than that, thanks for watching, goodbye and good night.